Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be doing a walkthrough of my new Imperial Outpost mock. With no introduction needed, let's get right into the showcase. Okay, first thing I'm going to start showing you is the bottom section of this entire mock. I'm going to go through what's inside of this building, because the roof and the different layers do come off, so we'll get to that later, but first we gotta start down here, so let's start that. Okay, starting over here, first thing I'm going to show you is this shot down X-Wing. It's currently going down into this section of the mock right here because it got shot down. I tried to put something like flying off of it, as it's kind of hard to connect it, so I just put it on a little fire piece like that right there. The pilot has a scared face on, which I thought was really cool. This part is super fragile, so like if I shake the table, it kind of like wiggles a little bit. It's fallen like 5 times already, so if you've seen stuff be moved around down here, it's because of the X-Wing falling, and then I always have to re-put it back together. Underneath the X-Wing, we have some stormtroopers as well as some rebels fighting for the ground. I had it so that the rebels are coming in from all the surrounding area, as well as the stormtroopers fighting from inside this outpost right here. Over here, I have a couple dead rebel soldiers, as well as some stormtroopers coming out. We have a leader, like a sergeant maybe, coming out, as well as some rebels hiding along the wall right there. One stormtrooper got shot, and there's a rebel that got shot, as well as another rebel coming in, flanking them. Coming around on this side of the mock, we have a stolen, hijacked tank right here. We have some rebels taking cover from the stormtroopers, opening fire on them. This rebel got caught in the blast from all of these stormtroopers. We'll take a look underneath here when all of these floors are taken off. I tried underneath this tank to add some divots from all the other tanks rolling in, as this is kind of a cargo outpost right here, so you can see it better on this side. I added some brown and took apart some of the terrain to be able to open it. Coming around on the back side of the mock, we have some more stormtroopers that are dead and also shooting at these guys. On the tank, we have some more dead rebels over here. We have a shot down A-wing with some rebels coming over, also attacking the outpost down here. So this A-wing that's been shot down, you can see the pieces in the dirt and all the dirt that's been kicked up. We have some flame in there. The pilot is still in there, so he's pretty much a goner. There's not much he can do. We also over here have a spot for an ATST with some jetpack rebels that are coming up and taking shots at the ATST driver. This one got away though, so he's gonna come around on this side and try and climb up into the ATST. But that's pretty much it for the ground level, so let's move on to the top of the outpost. At the roof of this outpost, I added some slopes heading up to the very top. I added a dish up here. I added the slope so it doesn't look all blocky and square like kind of the rest of the outpost does. So let's take a look on what's inside. I took off the first part of the roof here. I added a new technique right here so that I added all tiles as well as some studs down there so I can attach the roof, but it's an easy takeoff right here. So this is the first, or the top level of the mock. We have a little control center here. So we have some officers over here by a hologram, as well as a little step up to where they're at with some railings. You have some custom built control panels and stuff right over here. You have an officer handing over a little control pad to a droid over here. Just some small minor details, as well as a little R2 unit over here. So that makes up the very top of the mock. On the second tallest story over here, we have a armory. We have 2 stormtroopers inside with some 2 tables lining up against the doorway. We have a rack with some rocket launchers and some longer blasters. A couple of barrels over here. On this side, we have a rack of jetpacks. Also, we have a box of grenades and another just rack of some blasters. In the middle here, we have a hallway with some stormtroopers carrying a wounded stormtrooper on a rack right there, running them into this med bay area. we see some stormtroopers being worked on by this stormtrooper. We have beds down here. We have a wounded TIE fighter pilot right there in the corner. He's just kind of sitting and chilling there because he's already been worked on. Over here we have some elevator doors, as you kind of see in the movies sometimes. We have some of that over by the doors on each end of this level. So that makes up this second top layer. On the middle level, I have a TIE fighter hangar. On the outside here, you can see some white plating. It glows on the outside of the hangar, so I tried to capture that with some white plating. On the inside, we have a TIE fighter, as well as a little railing system up here with 2 TIE fighter pilots and a little guy over there controlling with a control panel. We also have a door all the way in the back there with its own control panels. That's all the detail inside this hangar, so let's move on to the next floor. On the second story of this outpost, not much is happening over here. We just have 2 speeder bikes with some scout troopers. This one is already taking off down to the bottom here, and this scout trooper is running over to this speeder bike. On the other side, we have a scout trooper shooting down at some rebels down here. We have a droid, as well as some control panels and just oil tanks to fuel up the speeder bikes, or maybe the ATST. Over here, we had some ATST drivers running to the ATST, as well as some jetpack rebels coming in to intercept whatever is happening in this story. So this is a better look at this. We have some railing and a docking spot for this ATST right here. So now let's go on to the final floor. With all the floors of the outpost taken off, this is the entire ground level of the mock. Inside here, you can see a couple cargo boxes as well as some knocked over ones. Down inside here were some stormtroopers taking cover from the rebels that are attacking this outpost. We have an officer over here calling for reinforcements, as well as a knocked over bin of blasters. The outpost I was trying to make here is one that kind of gives out cargo and takes in cargo. As you can see, the tank that was scheduled to arrive here was picking up some crates to take off to maybe another outpost or a base, or be taken off world. This mock is about 100 bricks tall and took me about a week to do, because mainly I was waiting for these 2x6 bricks coming in from lego.com that I ordered. So yeah, this is the very completed mock, and this wraps up the video. So if you'd like to see any more content, consider subscribing, like the video, and I'll see you all in the next video.